up, Jones Bones? It is your girl, Unitedly Random, and today we're gonna go back into the past. You know, it is Overshare Mondays, and these couple of days, these couples of weeks, honestly, 2021, it is the time to get rid of the baggage.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Okay, if you guys have been under a rock, there has been a lot going on in 2021, specifically on YouTube. Let's look into it. Bad Baby just put out a diss track on Dr. Phil. Okay, not really a diss track, but she said he got into April to say sorry because he sent them kids to the ranch. Something's going on over there. I heard some horrible things about the ranch. Go ahead and watch her video. I'll link it down below if you guys want to look into that, okay? And then we also have Trisha Paytas and H3 and all of these other people starting to hold David Dobrik accountable for a lot of the things that he did, or a lot of the things that he was a part of, a lot of the things that he was just silently recording while they happened to make content for his videos. He was a part of it. If you're recording it for your video, you're a part of it, okay? I'm not gonna go into that, okay? Because this is not what this video is about. But it's more so about how in 2021, we are holding people accountable. I'm loving that. And also we're giving people their voice, okay? Back when the Me Too movement was happening, I never opened up. I never spoke about what was going on with me, how I've been SA'd multiple times in my childhood. I never talked about these things. Why? I think back then I was trying to still keep it a secret from my mother. And once my mother found out, and I just kind of let everyone know, I think I was really afraid of my mom knowing for a reason. Growing up, my mom always told me, if you let somebody else touch you in that manner, I'm going to unalive that person, and then I'm going to unalive you. She would say forceful things. Like, my mom was the type of mom that was like, she would say stuff, and I don't know how true she, if she would follow through on these things, but she would say it. Honestly, saying things to a child is just about doing it in real life, okay? My mom would say something like, if you get beat up in a fight, I'm going to beat you up when you come home. And I really honestly believe that, because look, we're not going to get into the stories with my mom. We got plenty of time for that. We got a whole lifetime to get into me and my mom, okay? Let's be real. This video might not be as entertaining. I'm sorry, but I gotta tell my truth. One of my truths. Because honestly, I got too many truths. I have too many stories about being SA'd. Like, I have way too many stories about this. So obviously, if it's happened so many times in my life, I know for a fact it's had to happen so many times in someone else's life, because we don't walk around with a freaking bulletin on our head saying victim. Let's get into the story. At this point, a lot of iffy things have happened in my life, okay? I was working at Kroger, so we're tying it back in. Last week, I almost got fired from Kroger. This week, I have a story about the people I encountered while I was at Kroger. There was this dude, he was the bag boy, and he was kind of flirty with me and stuff like that. And I was talking to the other cashiers at work, and they were having a party. I don't know how I got invited to the party. I think the dude might have invited me to the party. I don't know. But I got invited to an adult party where there was some drinking involved. At this point, I was probably like 19-ish, so I was below the legal drinking age, I must admit. And the way that the party was set up is I just arrived, and they were mixing up wine coolers and everything in a cup, and they were like, okay, here you go. Now, here's the thing. When dealing with people who are new to drinking, I don't know if it's just me, but if someone tells me that I can't handle something, I'm gonna drink it anyway, because you're undermining me right now. Growing up, my mom, whenever she had any alcohol or anything in the house, she didn't really have a problem with us like taking a sip of it or drinking it. Like, I grew up, I was in middle school drinking wine coolers, okay? And it wasn't like all the time. It'd just be like, oh, I'd have a wine cooler this month, or I might drink half of one the next month. But it was something that I was open to. So when they were telling me, oh, you can't drink, you're still a baby and stuff like that, but they were handing me the drinks, it kind of felt like, oh, you never drunk because of the legal age to drinking. Now, we know, a lot of us know that we've drunk alcohol before we were legally supposed to be drinking alcohol. This was one of those cases. Oh, you think I can't drink? I've drunk alcohol since I was in elementary school, you know? Like, not like hard drinking, but in my head. I drunk alcohol since I was in elementary school. So why are you treating me like a baby? So at this point, there was a main girl, and we were in her dorm. She was making the drinks, and then there was another guy, okay? And so some people were like, leave her alone, let her drink, let her get party. And the other girl was like, nah, she don't really need that much alcohol. She was being very motherly. And at that time, I couldn't stand anyone being motherly to me because my own mother wasn't motherly to me. You know what I'm saying? It didn't feel genuine. It didn't feel right for someone to try to take care of me in that way. Here's how it continues to go. I continue to drink, you know, and it got to the point where I was like, okay, I have drunk too much, okay? And it wasn't like drunk too much like I'm really sick. I think at that time my stomach wasn't dealing with the alcohol. Sugary drinks still do not work well with me. And my stomach was like, I don't like this. So I got the Squirtles. I got the Squirtles. And I think people were thinking, oh my gosh, she's so drunk, she has to go to the bathroom. I think they think I was throwing up. No, I had the Squirtles. My tummy was like, I don't like what you put in me, so let's go to the bathroom. So I had the Squirtles, and because of that, I just wanted to go lay down. Not because I was super drunk or anything, but because my stomach was like, girl, like, ugh, like we don't like this alcohol that you're putting in us, right? I let the group know, like, hey, you know, is there a way I can just kind of like lay down or something? Like, I'm not feeling too good. Like, I let them know I'm not feeling too good. And this guy the flirty guy from my job offers to take me to the back room. Now, I think it was one of those dorm rooms where they never had anyone move into that room. So whenever the girl had people over, if they wanted to crash, they would crash in that room, right? The guy tries to take me into the back room. Now, at this point, there's no red flags. I don't know why, but this guy's like, oh, you're sleepy? There's a bed back here. We can take you back here. Now, once we get back there, I guess I've never really said this out loud, and it's affecting me. So I'm reliving a moment right here with you guys on camera. So let's see how that's gonna go. Okay, calm down. So once we go into the back room, the guy is like, oh, I noticed you've been looking at me. Okay, we're back. I had to take a little bit of a moment to try to get my thoughts together. So here's the situation. Back then, I was working at Kroger. It was during the summer. All of my friends had went back home. I had just broken up with my boyfriend, and I just wanted some people to hang out with. So I was hanging out and trying to communicate more with the people that I work with at Kroger. We're at the party now, okay? I was drinking. Pretty much everything was happening. I was feeling sick. And the guy was taking me to the back room. So once we got into the back room, he started to come on to me. He was like, I see that you've been looking at me and everything. And he grabbed my wrist and he put my hand where the sun don't shine on him, okay? Like, he was very forward with me. Anytime I'm under the influence, I still have this cognitive awareness. Like, I'm aware, like, no, I don't want to do this and stuff like that. That's why I really don't like alcohol for me, because while I am very aware, people will always take that as, oh, you're drinking alcohol? Oh, you don't remember what happened. I remember everything what happened, okay? I remember without a doubt, but people always see it as, oh, you were just off your goose and you didn't know what you were doing. You know when you tell someone no, but they keep trying to convince you to do what they want you to do? While I wasn't too drunk before when I went to the bathroom, I might have been stumbling, but it's just like still I wasn't too drunk. The alcohol, once you sit down, it's like it starts working overtime a little bit. So at this point, it was just like, I think I was hearing silence. And I don't know if it was alcohol or if I was panicking, because things like this have happened to me in the past. So I could have been having a panic attack. Everything went silence and I was like, oh no, I'm going to be sick. Okay, I always use the I'm going to be sick as an excuse to try to get away from these situations where drinking is involved, because people expect you to be a little bit sick, right? So I thought, oh yeah, if I fake like I'm about to throw up on this person, they'll let me go, right? So I fake like I'm about to throw up on this person and we go back to the bathroom. And I'm just sitting in the bathroom waiting for this man to go back away. But he sits outside the bathroom the entire time because he wants to make sure I'm okay. I don't know if that was his true motivation, but I know that when he finally was like, okay, well, you've been on the toilet for a while, let's go back, you didn't get sick, he brought me back into the room and he tried it again. So it wasn't just once, he tried it again, rubbing on me, trying to kiss me, pushing me back on the bed, and I was like, no, 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 and he would not take no for an answer. I really had to crawl my way out of that room, and I laid on the floor in the kitchen. And it's interesting because the people probably thought that I was just this crazy girl, drunk, wanting to lay on the floor. The thing is, the guy was in the back trying to take advantage of me because I was drinking. So I crawled my way into the kitchen so that I could be in front of everyone who was in that room. They're like, oh, Alia, get up, go back to the bedroom, you can't sleep here. And I was trying to like play it off like, oh, the problem, oh no, it's hot in there, it's cool in here. I kept trying to play it off as, oh no, it's hot in there, it's cool in here, I like the floor here better. The thing is, I was trying to escape from being in the room alone with that guy, because if I continued to stay in that room alone with that guy, something not good would have happened, right? So they kind of sober up, we're chilling, and they're like, okay, let's get you back home because you need to go to bed. They get me in the car and they drive me back home. And they sit out in the car, and the guy that keeps kind of trying to pressure me comes up into my apartment with me. And he's just like, oh, you know, I had such a good time with you, I don't want to leave. You know, you should invite me to stay the night. It was early in the morning, but you should invite me to stay over, you know, and I'll stay with you and make sure you're okay. He was still trying to come on to me, trying to kiss on my neck and everything. And I was just like, no, I'm good. You know, I'm just going to go to sleep. And he kept on was like, oh, let me take care of you. He kept pressuring me in the state that I was. And it was not okay at all. I feel like he knew that he messed up because I denied him so many times. So the next time I saw him, he wasn't really talking to me. And anytime I saw him after that, while I'm having a panic attack, if we make eye contact, he quickly diverts his eye contact and keeps moving. This is years after. He knew what he did, okay? He knew what he tried to do, and he knew that I wasn't comfortable with him. That is one of my stories, and this is specifically one of the stories that I kind of put myself in that position. And I don't want to victim blame, and I dang sure don't want to victim blame myself, but I did put myself in the position because I was underage drinking, right? But also, even if I was underage drinking, dancing naked under the sun, no means no. And there seems to be a problem with people taking no for no. There seems to be a problem with people listening to people's limits, okay? Like, it's honestly a big problem. I've come across so many cases in my life, personally in my life, where I have been SA'd. It got to the point where I lost the voice to say no because in my head, no means nothing, honestly, in these situations. But I'm really happy to see people like Trisha Paytas speaking up about certain things. I'm really happy about the guy that was being hurt by this situation speaking up about how he felt about this situation. And we can all sit back and be like, well, maybe what we did in this situation was kind of dumb. Maybe what I did in this situation could have caused this to happen. But we're not going to do that today. Right now, we're just talking about how I was a victim of something that made me feel so unsafe that whenever I saw the person years later, I would start to shake. Now, I'm not claiming to be a therapist. I'm not claiming to know all the answers. I'm not. But I'm trying to figure out what makes me tick. And I'm trying to figure out how to learn. I'm trying to figure out myself. And I'm going to share that with you guys on my channel on Overshare Mondays. And in anything that I do, I'm sharing myself to you guys. I'm giving a piece of myself away to you guys. And on my channel, Unitedly Random, we're always going to have this authenticity, but also I understand that at times I could have been the wrong person. We're going to have conversations about how I was in the wrong or how I did something wrong. If you guys don't remember, I did a video talking about how I fetishized Asian men. That doesn't make me look good. That doesn't make me look good at all, but we're going to be open about it because this is who I am and this is what I was and this is who I will be in the future. I'm taking back my name. I'm taking back my label. I am a survivor, and I'm not just a survivor of SAID. I'm not just a survivor of things that happen to children or narcissistic paradigms. I am a survivor of myself. And that honestly, all of us in some sort of way, we are survivors of ourselves. Because at one point we didn't know something, we learned it, and then later on we treated ourselves better, hopefully. Later on we learned how to grow and how to manifest our dreams and our hope, hopefully. And with this channel, I'm going to show you guys how I grew. Thanks for watching another Unitedly Random video. It was a little hard to kind of record this video because I got very flustered. Surprisingly, I was like, wait a minute, what is this? This is new, or is it new? Because I don't think I ever really shared that story with anyone, honestly. Well, wow, I'm feeling a little anxious, but if you guys have a story that you want to share and you guys don't want to share it publicly, I do have my email address, unitedrandom@gmail.com, if you want to share your story with me. If you would like for me to anonymously read your story, if you want your story to be out there, let me know. It's so powerful to share your story. It's so relieving to share your story. It's not something that's going around in my head anymore because it's on my channel now. If anyone wants to know about me, my channel is going to be all about me. All about my girl, all about what I want, all about my desires, my hopes, my wishes, my fears. Welcome.